Have you ever signed a contract or found yourself thinking about the phrase, innocent until proven guilty? These everyday moments are more than just legal formalities. They're echoes of a legal tradition that stretches back centuries, shaping the very fabric of our societies. Whether you're buying a house, starting a business, or simply reading the fine print on a website, you're participating in a system built on ancient foundations. Believe it or not, you're connected to a Roman emperor who lived over 1,500 years ago, Justinian. His influence is woven into the rules and rights we often take for granted today. The legal systems in countries like France, Germany, Japan, and even parts of the United States all trace their roots back to the Justinian Code. This 6th century legal masterpiece didn't just organize laws, it set a standard for justice, fairness, and order that would ripple across continents and centuries. Known as the Corpus Juris Civilis, this ancient code is often called the legal DNA of the modern world. It laid the groundwork for how we think about property, inheritance, contracts, and personal rights. Its influence can be seen in everything from how we resolve disputes to how we protect individual freedoms. Justinian's work wasn't just a set of rules for his own empire. In fact, it accidentally became a blueprint for future civilizations, inspiring lawmakers and thinkers for generations to come. When Europe emerged from the chaos of the Dark Ages, rediscovering Justinian's Code was like finding a lost manual for building a just society. Medieval scholars pored over these ancient texts, using them as the intellectual toolkit for constructing the legal systems of modern states. The revolutionary idea that laws should be organized, written down and accessible to everyone wasn't always obvious. It was Justinian's audacious project that set this precedent, making law something that could be studied, debated, and improved. To truly understand how this all began, we need to look at the man behind the code. Let's meet Justinian, the emperor whose vision still shapes our world today. Who was Justinian? His name echoes through the centuries as one of the most influential rulers of the Byzantine Empire, a man whose ambition and energy seemed boundless. Born into a humble peasant family in the rural Balkans, Justinian's early life was far from the splendor of the imperial court. Yet through the support and guidance of his uncle, Emperor Justin, he found his way to the very heart of power in Constantinople. Justinian became known as the emperor who never slept, driven by a tireless vision he called Renovatio Imperii, the grand restoration of the Roman Empire's former greatness. His determination was legendary, and he worked day and night to achieve his goals. To realize his dream, Justinian launched a series of bold military campaigns, sending his generals to reclaim lost Roman territories in North Africa, Italy, and beyond. These wars were costly and difficult, but they brought glory and new lands to the empire. At home, Justinian transformed the city of Constantinople with ambitious building projects. His crowning achievement was the magnificent Hagia Sophia, a marvel of architecture that still inspires awe today. But Justinian understood that military victories and grand monuments alone could not secure his empire's future. He recognized the need for a unified and fair legal system to bring order to his diverse and sprawling realm. The existing Roman laws were a confusing jumble, scattered across centuries and often contradicting each other, making justice difficult to achieve. Justinian believed that only a clear, organized legal code could provide the stability and justice his empire needed to thrive. This belief led to his most enduring legacy, the creation of the Corpus Juris Civilis, or Justinian's Code, a unified system of law that would influence legal systems for centuries to come. Through his legal reforms, Justinian sought to restore the glory of Rome, not just with armies and monuments, but with a foundation of justice and order. His story is one of relentless ambition, vision, and the belief that a single determined leader could reshape the world. But Justinian's path was never easy. Let's explore the challenges and obstacles he faced on his quest to transform an empire. When Justinian ascended to the throne, he inherited not just an empire, but a legal system in utter disarray, a tangled web of conflicting opinions, decrees, and traditions that stretch back centuries. The laws of Rome, once a source of pride, had become a confusing patchwork that no one fully understood. Imagine trying to govern a vast and diverse empire with a library overflowing with contradictory law books, each from a different era, each with its own rules and exceptions. Every judge, lawyer, and citizen faced a maze of legal texts, making it nearly impossible to know what the law actually was. For ordinary people, this chaos meant that justice was not only slow, but also expensive and deeply unpredictable. Legal disputes dragged on for months or even years, and outcomes often depended more on luck or influence than on fairness. Thousands of outdated and contradictory decrees piled up over generations, creating endless loopholes. Corruption flourished as officials exploited the confusion for personal gain, and the people lost faith in the system meant to protect them. The IUS, the writings of Rome's greatest jurists, should have brought clarity, but instead, millions of lines of legal commentary only deepened the confusion. Even the most learned scholars struggled to make sense of it all. This legal tangle had real-world consequences. Courtrooms were clogged, cases stalled, and citizens waited anxiously for verdicts that might never come. The uncertainty undermined trust in the government and threatened the stability of the empire itself. Justinian recognized that this chaos was more than just an inconvenience. It was a critical weakness at the heart of his empire. If Rome was to thrive again, its laws had to be clear, fair, and accessible to all. Surrounded by advisors and legal scholars, Justinian knew he needed to bring order to this confusion. He dreamed of a legal system that would unite his people and restore the glory of Rome. A unified legal code was not just a bureaucratic necessity, it was essential for his vision of a strong, restored empire. Only with clear laws could justice truly be served. Justinian's solution would be nothing short of revolutionary. He set out to create a legal code that would stand the test of time and transform the empire. Let's explore how Justinian tackled this monumental challenge and changed the course of legal history forever. Justinian didn't just issue a decree, he assembled a team of experts. In 528 CE, he established a commission to organize centuries of imperial decrees. Led by Tribonian, a brilliant but controversial figure, the team worked at an astonishing pace. They sifted through thousands of legal documents, making critical judgments about which laws to keep. In just 14 months, they produced the Codex Justinianus, a unified body of statutory law. This was only the beginning. They turned to the daunting task of organizing juristic writings. The legal dream team was just getting started. Their work was a monumental achievement in scholarship and administration. Justinian's vision was becoming a reality. Let's delve into the contents of this groundbreaking code. What did it include? The Justinian Code, or Corpus Juris Civilis, is a 4-part legal library. The Codex contained all valid imperial laws, reflecting Justinian's vision of a unified Christian empire. The Digest, the intellectual heart, organized the wisdom of Rome's greatest legal thinkers. The Institute served as a textbook for new law students, laying out fundamental principles. The Novellae Constitutiones collected new laws issued by Justinian. Together, these parts formed a revolutionary legal package. The Digest preserves sophisticated legal reasoning, making it adaptable to future societies. This legal mixtape shaped the future of law. Justinian's work was a testament to the enduring power of ideas. Let's explore where the real magic happened. The Digest was the true game changer, preserving the nuanced legal reasoning of Rome's jurists. It wasn't just rules, it was a collection of arguments and principles. The Digest transformed Roman law into a system based on principles and logic. It provided a framework for thinking about law as a rational science. When rediscovered, it taught European scholars a new way to think about justice and rights. The Digest's influence ensured Roman law remained a living tradition. Justinian's legacy was not just a historical relic, but a foundation for future legal systems. Let's see how this code made an epic comeback. After Justinian's death, his empire crumbled, and his code was forgotten in the West. But in 1070, the digest was rediscovered in Italy, igniting an intellectual fire. Europe was experiencing a revival, and the rediscovery came at the perfect moment. Scholars at the University of Bologna were captivated by its logical elegance. This rediscovery was like finding an instruction manual for building a modern society. The glossators studied and debated the text, applying its principles to their time. The University of Bologna became the legal center of the world. Justinian's Code began its second life, shaping the world beyond his empire. Let's see how the code spread across Europe. Its influence was profound and far-reaching. The University of Bologna became a launchpad for Justinian's Code. Students from across Europe studied Roman law and took its principles home. They became advisors, judges, and administrators, spreading Roman legal ideas. This created the ius commune, a shared legal language across Europe. Roman law influenced local systems, infusing them with concepts of contracts and property. The Catholic Church adopted Roman principles, spreading them further. France's Napoleonic Code was a restatement of Justinian's principles. Even English common law absorbed Roman ideas, influencing legal systems worldwide. Justinian's legacy shaped the definition of justice for billions. In 2025, our world owes a debt to Justinian and his legal scholars. The idea of a rational, coherent legal system is part of his legacy. Concepts of contract, property, and obligation trace back to Roman law. The distinction between public and private law was systematized in the Corpus Juris Civilis. The Digest championed equity, balancing law with fairness. Justinian's work influenced the Renaissance, Enlightenment, and modern legal frameworks. His story is a testament to the enduring power of ideas. Want to uncover more hidden histories? Subscribe for more.